So I've been gone for a few months now, about 2 months, and I want to give you guys, the reason why that was, and I know that I kind of just left and abandoned my content, my YouTube channel, my streaming, and without really much reason. And I've been kind of thinking for a while, where do things go from here? When do I want to talk about this? When can I talk about this, and such? And I think I'm finally at a point where I can actually do this. And, you guys deserve, I think, to, kind of just have some information. A lot of you have been around here for a really long time. I've been doing this for a long time. And I just feel it's not right for me to just, you know, disappear and give no reason at all, especially moving forward from here. And I know this may be a surprise for quite a few people here seeing my face, but I have streamed on Twitch with a face cam, with a webcam, for probably about 6 years now. So I know people who maybe don't watch my Twitch streams. This is like the first time you're seeing me, but this is not like any official face reveal or anything specifically, since I have streamed for quite a while now with a webcam, and we have some Slay the Spire going on in the background here. We'll kind of touch on that moving forward, but I've been basically MIA for several months now, and uh, it's there's been some hard decisions for me to make. Definitely a lot of difficult things that yeah, I've had to deal with and kind of work through. So back in early November, I lost my dad, and it's been really hard. I mean, everyone loses a parent, or both parents eventually, but that doesn't make it any easier when it does happen. And I was really close to my dad. We were like best friends. Like, obviously, it was a father son relationship, but also we were just kind of like best friends as well. So for me, um, for me, it's been really hard. I lost, a father and parent, but I also lost a best friend, and it's been really difficult. And I kind of just, I couldn't talk about it really, just emotionally, for quite a long time, until now, I guess. And I just kind of dropped off from doing content, for a few reasons. Emotionally and mentally, I really didn't feel like doing it. And and then just like actual, like, physically with life, like there were just a lot of things going on, like, having, like, helping my mom out, and just, I have a girlfriend. I got a dog recently, which has been great, but it's just like a lot of, like, stuff going on. And to be perfectly honest, ever since that happened, I really have kind of lost all of my motivation, that I had with content creation, in relation to Factorio. Like, every time I would consider, like, it's been almost like a weekly or bi-weekly thing for me, where it's like, okay, maybe this week I'll stream, or, like, oh, hey, it's Monday. Normally I stream Mondays. Maybe I'll do a stream. And to be just completely open about this, like, every time I would consider that, just the thought of doing that sounded horrible. It sounded like so unpleasant to me, to like sit here and stream and like focus on the game and like try to talk about what I'm doing and like reading chat. It was like just really overwhelming. Um, and videos, are a bit different, because I can kind of, it's not live and stuff. But even that, I just, like, every time I would consider, like, oh, maybe I should make a video on this, like, Factorio related, and it just sounded really kind of unpleasant and really, like, not just not something I wanted to do, or really even could do for quite a while. And I have not I have not opened the game. I've not opened Factorio, for probably about 2 months now. Like I truly have not even opened the game. And, this is going to maybe come as a shock, maybe a disappointment for a lot of you. And, uh, you know, I do feel I owe you guys an apology just for disappearing without any notice whatsoever, especially like directly after Space Age and a huge expansion release. I had all these plans for content and in all this, and I was really excited. And then when my dad passed and all of that happened, it was really interesting. It unfortunate, I suppose, in some ways, but also in some ways, honestly, kind of a blessing. Something interesting happened where it almost like pulled me out of out of I don't know if I want to say a rut, but like I was on this path. I had been on this path doing this thing for 10 years. I started making Factorio videos in 2014 or 2015. I forget exactly, but it has been like 10 years since I started making Factorio content. That is a long time. That is a third of my life that I have been doing this. And, it's like that's a lot to do any one thing, especially just like, it's kind of a lot to just be making content, streaming and videos for 10 years, but to be doing it for the same game is a lot. And I really thought that the expansion would like completely, revitalize my interest in the game and like my drive to do things. And it did, like up until everything changed for me. And it was just it kind of almost pulled me out of like, I don't know the right word, almost a trance of sorts I was in, where like it was just like I was locked in for this all this time. Like, I play Factorio. This is what I do. I stream. I make YouTube content. Like, this is what I have to do. And this is like, I think, the mode that I kind of almost subconsciously been in for, I mean, quite a few years now, to be perfectly honest. And I just was like kind of locked into this until something so drastic like pulled me away from this, for me to actually step away from it for an extended period of time. And once that happened, it almost just like completely like unlocked whatever else was I don't know, this sounds like a really weird thing probably, but it's like I was just so focused in on this and like so set in like my way of like doing Factorio, streaming, content creation of this specifically. And once I stepped away for an extended period of time, I kind of just have no interest to do it right now, at least. I'm not going to go as far as to say, like, oh, I'm never going to play Factorio again, or oh, I'm never going to make Factorio videos ever again. But right now, and probably for the somewhat foreseeable future, I probably won't be. And I just have no interest in playing it. Like, how sometimes you'll get like a craving for a certain food and you'll just eat it like so many times, like multiple times in a week or a couple weeks. Like, you just have this craving for it and you just eat it again and again and again. And then after you've done that, you just kind of lose interest. You're like, I don't want to eat this for like a year, right? It's kind of like that, but over a much longer period of time, as I've just been doing this for so long, so many iterations of it. And now I'm like, I think I'm kind of done for now. I don't really have any motivation, any, inspiration or interest in doing Factorio content, or even just Factorio on my own. Um, and, again, I know probably 90% of you, or 80% of you are here for the Factorio content. And, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you guys who, you know, are probably going to be disappointed to hear that. But it's time for me to step away from that for a while, at least. And I don't know how long a while will be. I don't know if it will be 3 months, 6 months, years. I don't really know, to be honest. And that my life has just kind of changed a lot. And I'm in a different place now, and mentally and routine and work wise, like there's just a lot. Um, so moving forward, uh, content on my channel is going to be probably quite intermittent. I have been playing a lot of other games on my own, as like Slay the Spire. I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire. I've been absolutely enjoying it. I've been having a blast. I've been, honestly kind of binging it, and it's really, it's really kind of almost revitalized like my interest in gaming outside of Factorio. I've been playing like Diablo 4, some StarCraft, some just like stuff that I like just wasn't playing before, and I'm really enjoying myself. And maybe what will happen moving forward is that I just make some videos when I feel inspired of whatever I'm playing, and so there may be Slay the Spire videos. There's Slay the Spire 2 coming out sometime this year. There may be videos of some other games, maybe Vampire Survivors, stuff like that. Some other games, and it's really gonna just come down to like when I feel inspiration to make content of whatever I'm playing, and like this is a really hard decision. This is like just saying this, and like actually telling you all that hey, this routine I've been in for all these years is like done basically, at least for now, is really difficult. And I know a lot of you probably will not have an interest in whatever else I post when I post it. But for those of you who do, uh, you know, I really appreciate I appreciate all of you, of course. And I really do appreciate anyone who does stick around and, decides to watch and hopefully enjoy whatever it is I do post. And, I think things just, things change. Nothing in life stays the same ever. And this has stayed the same. I have been doing this for so long. It was time for change. Now, the fact that, you know, something so drastic had to happen to cause that change is, a lot for me to kind of take in. But I do think that it happened. I mean, it was going to happen anyway. And, I think this needed to happen for me because I was just kind of, for lack of a better term, I was kind of burning out quite a lot on Factorio and Factorio content, even with the expansion. And don't get me wrong, the expansion is fantastic. And, I was given this incredible opportunity by the devs, which I will always be grateful for, uh, that I was invited to Prague to the LAN event in person. I got to meet them. I got to meet all of my fellow, content creators, Colonel Will, Catherine Sky, like all these people. It was just an amazing experience outside of the event. I mean, being in Prague, exploring with my girlfriend, all this. I mean, it's a beautiful city. It was amazing. It's going to be, something I never forget, and it's going to be it was definitely one of the most unique and fun experiences I've ever had. And um, I feel guilty, and I feel bad for they they invited me out and did all this stuff, and then I kind of just dropped things and have kind of stopped. But I do hope that the content I did manage to make, I think, a fair bit of content on the expansion before this happened. I hope that helped drive some new people to the game and help the developers, and I hope it helped you guys, all the content that I did manage to put out in that time from when the expansion released until this happened. And there may be content in the future. Maybe I will get the Factorio bug again. Like recently I've just had this like urge to play these games that I had lost interest in at one point and haven't played for years. And it's entirely possible that will happen for Factorio for me at some point. I just don't know when that is. And at this point, I think I'm just repeating myself, but I just wanted to let you all know, you know, what happened. I am alive. I really did leave without any notice at all in any information, and I was not in a spot to be able to go into this until now, and I do deeply appreciate all of you. I know some of you have been around for many years on my channel, and everyone who supported me. Um, it's just it really means a lot, and it's helped me. I mean, it has it has sustained me, and this was my full time job for years and years, and that is because of you guys. So I truly thank all of you, and for those of you who decide to stick around for whatever content I do make, that is awesome. For anyone who decides that they were just here for Factorio, that is completely fine and understandable as well. And I thank you for being here for that while I did it. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and just end this now. The Spire run does, of course, continue, but there's no commentary on the run itself, and that's not really what this is about. It's kind of just background. But let me know. Like, I'm always interested in what you guys would like to see. If Slay the Spire is something you would actively like to see, let me know. That kind of gives me a direction of, maybe I do want to make some content of this, or anything else. Any other games and such you would maybe like to see that I play. But that's gonna do it for now. Thank you again, everyone, and I will see you in the next video whenever I make that. Bye bye.